Our present educational project is student wellness and language proficiency. For Riverside and provincially, wellness has been a major piece, and the outdoor element ties in extremely well to that. When they're going out there outside, they're reconnecting with nature. The levels of anxiety are lower as well with our students. We have students who have major behavioral issues indoors. They go outside, it's a whole different ballgame. Our educational project before the renewed one in 2023, math was a major piece. It's no longer in this one because we had a huge improvement in math, and I truly feel that it was a piece that was benefited from the outdoors. Math and science in the outdoors, it just makes learning so authentic. When the teachers brought them outside and saw that the assimilation of information was way quicker, the transfer of knowledge afterwards was way more authentic, the retention of information was facilitated, they only saw benefits. I remember we had a very difficult grade 6 class, but then when they went outside and they started measuring the shed that was donated by the Rona in the area, they just started taking measures, and they understood conversion, they understood inches, centimeters, they understood how to actually take measurements and calculate surface area and volume, because it became real to them. And it doesn't have to be difficult. There's space, use it however you feel. Nature is not meant to be unidimensional. It has to be used to multiple purposes. And I think with the areas that we have, the mobile natural equipment that we have lends its hand to that. You bring out a whole bunch of equipment for a kindergarten class, they can occupy themselves for days upon days. To see the kids with the mud kitchen and taking PVC pipes and putting whatever we have lying around and just putting it there, and the kids are creating their own world, their imaginary world, and they're explaining it. Like, be careful, but be mindful of the fact that it's necessary for the students. So it started with the Missouri. We were able to get the play structure, but with the extra funds that were put into the project, we decided to build outdoor learning classes or shaded areas. And over time, we added gardens, and then it just, pardon the pun, it grew. One piece that grew out of this entire project, also with the mesures pour la sensibilisation à la réalité autochtone, we were able to reach out to the Mohawk Adult Education Center, and our kitchen crew, so the students who are trained by our chef and through MAPAC, we every year, and this year is going to be our third year, where we're going to the Mohawk Education Center in Kahnawake, and we're helping them grow their garden, and just the sharing of support, the sharing of their culture and their knowledge, having their community teach our students the Three Sisters methods and the stories that go along with it. Those are intangibles, but are so authentic and so privileged for us. And it's all these additions are made possible through the support of our CDA. Our CDA, Brian Petter, has been such an amazing asset to all this piece. It's a lot of work, but it's worth it as a school principal. But to have someone like Brian or all the CDAs that I've been working with in the past, to have that person to create those connections are incredibly important. Bird protection, that was Brian who just pitched that to me. We put it into play. We were able to get bird seeds, like tons and tons of bird seeds, and to get expertise to come in to talk about the birds, local birds, and just ornithology in general. And you saw an interest from a huge interest from our students, where now some of them have applications where they can identify birds and bird calls. We were able to get a bird feeder with a camera, so we get to see all the birds in the area. To have the kids go outside and just shh. They tell each other to be quiet, and then they listen and they watch. We went through a process as well where we really had to sit down and look at the shared essentials. And we took the QEP, we took the progressions of learning, and we really focused in on what do we do here as a school. So the whole outdoor piece actually prepared us and facilitated the whole restructuring, the curriculum planning we did here. I've been reading Anxious Generation, and it is incredible how, yes, the student brain has been rewired through social media, through screen time, and the lack of play. And the first thing I say to teachers and to the community is, do you remember when you were a kid and you went outside? Were there parents hovering around you? No, our signal was, oh, street lights are on, I think it's time to go in. I use that as a springboard in the conversations with the parents, because play has to be risky. There's an element of risk management for certain. There's an element of avoiding negligence for certain. But without risky play, there is no development of certain resiliency skills, of certain problem-solving capabilities, and logical analysis. The kids need it more than ever. We're working with an organization called Let Grow, where we're trying to see in our community if we can train some parents who can be Let Grow volunteers who can chaperone activities at parks, so that we can have the kids be more outside. We're taking a look at some community stakeholders like the city or our MRC. They have been incredible in supporting us. Anything to do with going around in the city of Delson and Saint Constant as well. They've been super supportive. They've opened up I know they're public areas, but they've opened it up to us. We're even in the works of working with EXO, the public transport provider, to try and bring our kids to certain areas that are just a bit further away, so that our kids can benefit from there without having the transportation costs. We asked for a grant through Desjardins. We got $15,000 for our hydroponic station. I decided to reach out to Loisirs et Sports Montérégie, who are the Unité Régionale de Loisirs et Sports for the Montérégie administrative region. They've given us so many resources, so much support for outdoor beautification, but also for the training of our teachers, sending a few on camping expeditions and bringing camping into the school as well. If you know what you want is worthwhile for your school, you know the benefits. You don't have to prepare an enormously long speech or convincing points. You see it, and when you're able to live it, you're able to reflect that to the stakeholders that you want. So if you go in with certainty and knowing of the influence that you have, you can create that sales pitch, so to say, to the stakeholders that you want. The school principal needs to understand that they have tremendous influence in their community, not just their parent community, the cities that they are in, or the boroughs that they're in, or the communities that they're in, and it's about creating that network.